Hey guys. Oh shit. Who's up with me? Who's up? Anybody up? I know I got friends from all across the world. Hi guys. Sarah Richardson, cheerleader for the divine. Hello, mama. Hello, John. Good morning. I'm up too. I'm wired. Guess who else ain't sleeping? Ha ha. Where's my people? I'm out here. I'm gonna be vulnerable. Woo! I can't sleep. Woo! I've been sleepy like never before. I've been going through lessons. I've been low on energy. I've been dragging ass, and now I'm just fucking like wired, like full throttle. I am, so it's not just me feeling this energy where my sleep is disrupted. No, it's not just you, love. I've been in the dark night for weeks, girl. I'm trying to get out the fuck out. Oh my God, I love you, Crystal. I've been there too, man. And I've been seeing your posts. I'm like, yes. So like maybe even if I can't say things on your post, know that if you are speaking from your vulnerability and you're speaking from your truth and you're speaking the things you want to see in your life, I am cheering you on. I am like, yes, double yes, extra yes. None of the work I do makes sense. None of the conversations I make have sense. None of my friendships make sense. Nothing in my life makes sense. I've been up since 3:30 a.m. I'm tired out now. Yeah, I got a long day ahead of me, but I'm excited. Guys, I come out and I give these messages because I sit with my fucking self in my darkness. And I sit there. And I go a couple times, like days where I don't want to talk to anyone and my body hurts and I have to detox and I have to figure out how to get myself back to a place of ease from a place of ugh, right? So like you're either like ugh is dis-ease. You're in dis-ease when you're tight, when you're scrunched off and when your body hurts, and when you're having headaches and when your back hurts and when your feet hurt and when things hurt, that's a sensor inside of you. Your live feeds make sense. I love you. I love you so much. I really do. I try to make this wacky world make sense, right? So this is how I saw the energy tonight, right? So today is the crown chakra. Right now, this energy right now. But our minds are in our feelings. And so either your mind is in your feelings and your feelings are repressed, or your mind is in your feelings and your feelings have been worked on. So why I'm up, but I'm happy is because I've worked on my feelings. Like I've sat with them, snotty nose, throwing up, feeling like shit, like all the way shit. But guys, your pain turns into your purpose. So today, like, I don't know, like, it's funny. I just sit back and I let the energy come to me. And so today, purpose came in real big. All different people that don't know one another. They don't know that they're connected to me. They don't know that same topic came up all day. And somehow all day in conversations that came right on my lap, purpose came up a lot. And so I know that that's going on in people's minds. So in your mind is either going on with purpose in fear or purpose in love, right? So you have those two choices in that purpose place. And then your heart space is in the root. So your root is your shadow. So in your heart, your love, the love that you're seeing maybe in the give or the receive of the love might seem shadowy or shady, but that's just all in you. It's not about that other person. Even though it is, it's not. If you just keep focusing on you and your planet, then that is how you are going to help yourself. That is how you're going to change these patterns in your family. That's how you're going to get money if you're coming from a place of lack. That's how you're going to feel free and powerful from a place of powerlessness and hopelessness, right? And so I'm a cheerleader, so I cheer on the truth, but the truth doesn't always look like what these people say it's supposed to look like. The truth isn't the programming that they tell you that you're supposed to be, and how you're supposed to live your life, and what certificates you need and what you need to do, right? And so lately I've been running across this hurt people. And, it's funny because, I have been hurt and I've hurt people. And, I know people who have been hurt and they hurt people. I know people that have been hurt and they just simply guard off, and that hurts people. And they're not even hurting the people. It's their guard that is blocking that love from coming in. And so that person's sending love and they feel that block energetically. Maybe not in the the 3D visual do you see that, but in the not so real truth, that's the energetic state. It's all about energy, frequency, and vibration. And so everything that you see doesn't mean anything. What people show you and what they vibrate sometimes is two very different things. And you have to be the one to go in, and inside is like your truth detector. So it's like you get around this person and it's either like, oh yeah, this person is like totally my friend and they love me no matter what, and they're gonna just do what they can for me whenever they can, but they're genuinely pouring love out from their hearts, right? Or you can feel in and you can feel like, something don't feel right, but I don't know, the love in me says that I should, but something just really don't feel right. But maybe I really should because, my family and my, the way all this paperwork is set up and, all this shit, right? So you have these feelers. But if you have like your fears of your feelings in your mind and you're operating from that vibration, you're just automatically like in a confused kind of state, right? And then if your shadow and your root is in your heart, then that can make you feel kind of like dark in your heart. Like, you can see the darkness that is in the love, right? But in everything, guys, I want to remind you that there is light and dark in everything. Every one of us, everything of us, every place of us, every single thing. There is a light and dark. And I believe it starts like at a cellular level. So like each and every one of your cells has a light and a dark. And then from that, there's another one and another one and another one and another one and another one. So like this stuff that you're doing, these fears that you're bringing out these fears so you can embrace that dark part of you. So you can shine the light on that dark part of you and be like, that is fucking divinity. Like everything I thought was fucked up about me is like, makes me dope. But that takes inner work. I can get on here and cheer you on all the time, but it's where your mind wanders when you're off by yourself, when you're in these situations, when you can't sleep at night because you're processing these feelings and these emotions and this dark part of you. Let me see. Grateful for you. Wow, I love you, Maria. I love you. And I love your pictures. Like I see Maria's pictures. If you want to see just some good art and just like, art with love, go check out her pictures because they're just so dope. Like they're in the coolest places. You can just see the self-love pouring from you. They do make sense. It's right where I'm at. I love you. Yes, sis. Tries and stop manifesting negative. You are lovely and are an angel. So manifest that instead. John, I always manifest love. There is negative and positive that comes with the things that you manifest, and I can embrace it all. But I'm real. And, my friends are going through really negative things. And so, if I would come out here and be like, oh yeah, peace, love, and butterflies and shit, and like, shit's not really fucked up out here, right? That's not real. That's not real. And the people that I have met that are homeless or in these hoods or, in these schools, or these single parents and these drug addictions, right? If it wasn't for those people, that darkness of the world, that, I work in the dark. I work in the negative. I take my little 5'3" ass and I walk right up in that bitch. And I'm like, yo, what's up? But you know what I never knew about myself? I always knew hurt people, and I saw it all the time. So, like, this bully shit is coming up. And, like, I about lost my mind on that video about that little kid. I just want to let everybody know. I always fucked the bully up. My 5'3" little skinny, dumb ass would fuck a bully up in a minute over hurting somebody like that, because I don't fuck with that. And I never knew what that was. I was always a really nice girl and, like, smiling, and I'm loved. But there came a place in time for me when enough was enough, and that truth detector that I would just, I can go in and I can just slam somebody, and I can feel my power, and I can feel power in that. But see, who am I to pick these people, right? And so how do you pick these people? You don't pick these people. Your internal guidance system tells you what you're supposed to fucking do. And it doesn't always go with the logical 9 to 5, Jesus is going to come save me life. That's not real to me. This is real, what I live. Going into the point where it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I have gotten myself so high from such a low place that I had to come on and share it with you guys, because I love you, and I know you're feeling it too, and I know I get in there, and I know I process the fuck out of it to make it easier. All right, so I don't know what it is, and it's proven itself to be right to me. But when I get around certain people and certain entities, I feel a certain way inside of me, right? And I never knew what this was. And my friend always said he was training me for the spiritual war, right? I didn't know what he was talking about. I searched and seeked and looked and read and tried to put this all together. And, I have always been the type to empower hurt people, right? And so, like, I'm off in the corner building a little homie up, whoever this is, right? And people don't like that. People would see me, give me a hard time, bump into me, say whatever to me, and I would still stick up for it the whole way through. Fuck you and whatever you have to say, right? I got beat up for it. People didn't like me for that shit, because I would embarrass the fuck out of one of, like, your main boys over some disrespectful fucking being mean to somebody, bumping up against somebody, and I feel like it's not right. But then I always battle myself, like, who are you, Sarah, to pick that this person did something wrong? And then I learned, it has a lot to do with, like, people, and you can't control other people, and so you have to learn how to manage your own feelings and maintain those, right? And so, all right, so now I'm seeing, like, you do have people that are purposely out there trying to get you, right? But then you have the control in your feelings. If you go and visit your feelings and sit with your feelings and feel your feelings and honor your feelings and know all your feelings are divine, no matter how fucked up your mind can think your feelings to the place to be. That's why I say always think up. Because when you always think up, then it automatically makes it a little bit easier to think up about the bad feelings that come up in your life. So you take something bad that you went through and you pull out all the positives, and then you make a new story. And you're like, okay, yeah, I went through this. This XYZ happened. This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. These were the ups, these were the downs, right? But you know what? You changed that story that was nasty and twisted and whatever the fuck it was, and you're like, you know what? I'm glad that I went through that. I needed to do that. There was no other person that could come in and get my attention like that. I needed someone to come in like that and get my attention like this, because I obviously wasn't noticing this, right? I needed that growth. I needed that experience. I needed that lesson. I needed that hurt and that pain. I needed that time to myself. I needed that time to not believe. I needed that time to question everything. I needed that time to freak out, panic, learn how to sit back down, meditate, maybe eat something different, go clean my car, run the steps. You are so special. Teach yourself to love you. Thank you for being you. John, I've been teaching myself to love me for a whole entire long time. I love you, bro. I was born this way, and I know that I'm not really easy to get to know. You know, I was talking to a really great friend of mine tonight, and she's like, you know, when I first met you, Sarah, you are not easy to get to know. Like, you had walls up like you would never believe. And I did, you know, I wasn't in tune with my feelings. I had been through a lot of things. Like, she just met me when I came back, and I was like totally knocked off my foundation, and, you know, boom, you know, my whole entire life just changed. I turned into a mom, you know, and I had a situation where, you know, we weren't in a relationship, we were having sex, and boom, I get pregnant, and it didn't go the way I expected, and I was like, no, fuck this. Let me fill up my coffee. But, you know, guys, the full moon's coming up, right? So the full moon's coming up on the 23rd. You know, a lot of women might notice that their cycle is coming up, switching maybe sometimes to that, right? Because we're God. We're God. So whether you want to know or not, whether I freak you out or not, you, yourself, your standing self by itself is God, right? And I'm just here to be like, yo, you are. And then there's people that have me like, keep going. And that's how that works, right? And so, you know, today is the crown and the I know. And so what's happening is cycles are like linking back up. And so with the full moon, cycles are linking back up, but then you have retrograde where it's kind of spinning backwards. So like you're in this like remix, like full moon, like remix, like this shit is crazy, like crazy. I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning doing a live video. And I'm like, up, right? I don't know if it's because I've been eating my minerals. I don't know if it's because I've been doing twerkouts with resistance bands. I don't know if it's because I've been going swimming more. But I am up, right? But what you need to do is feel your pain. And so if you are feeling pain in your physical body, in your mental body, in your spiritual body, you need to feel that. You have those bodies, right? You can just think, you know, let me feel the pain in my energetic body. Sometimes if you just learn how to shift that pain in that energetic body, then you can shift the pain in your physical body. So feeling your pain can be like a really hard thing. So when I say like, go in and feel your pain, like it's not like that. It does not feel good. Like go in and feel, like if I could like make a pose for like, go in and feel your pain, it's like, you know, you might even like almost like look like a demon. Like it might look like a demon is like coming out of you when you're feeling your pain, because it's deep, guys. Like pain isn't just like, oh, you know, so-and-so hurt my feelings. Like pain is like deep in your cells. And so my advice to you is to start to work on your mind. Always think up. Start to train your brain to think of positive results. It's not really as easy as it sounds. To think of good outcomes. That's not as easy as it sounds. To think of yourself as God. That's not as easy as it sounds. And so my advice to you, no matter how you do it or where you do it or what they call it or whatever, is get you around some good people that love you in this expansion, in this unconditional love thing that everyone's talking about, in this, all of these things, right? Get around people that love you. I guarantee you, if you get away from what feels bad and just get by yourself and fill yourself with love, you will attract people that just genuinely love you. And like, I don't know what's going on right now, like in like the stratosphere, but I am surrounded by Aquariuses and my baby's a Pisces. And so, you know, my baby teaches me how to be calm in my feelings, because like she gets in her feelings, and so, you know, vibrations are contagious, and so my baby's powerful, and so she'll like this surge will go through me of like feelings, and I'm like, like I just want to fix it and, all this stuff. But she's my baby, and I know she's my reflection, and I know it's my job to maintain my balance whenever I'm dealing with really big situations, or really little ones. Stay in the same place, so she's not gauging that experience by my internal vibration. And that's a challenge, right? So cheers the fuck to you if you're doing that shit. But this isn't a coddle place. And it's funny because, like, I have a baby and she's a baby. And yeah, you're a baby and you want to coddle. But see, I don't really coddle my baby too much. I mean, I love her when she needs loved. We talk about our feelings all the time. We talk about the truth all the time. But, I don't do that, like, baby shit with her. Like, I'm real about our feelings, And yeah, I do it on a level that's a 4-year-old level, 5-year-old level. I do it in levels. But this is unconditional love. This is like, I love you even if you're in the middle of a fit. I saw this video the other day online, and it was this little kid was having a tantrum. He was falling out. He was banging his everything, and his dad just sat there and, like, rubbed him and, like, kept fixing his stuff. Like, okay. And, as a parent, you guys all know that, like, in that moment when you're feeling that kid's rage and all that stuff, it can be hard. And so you can be like, stop. But it takes everything in you to, like, get to a balanced state and just love them unconditionally in that space. That's what just happened. I love you. I love you, Crystal. I wanted to love, but couldn't. Yeah, I've always wanted to love, but couldn't. And, it's funny. I wanted to love, but couldn't. And then I was like, I want to love, but I want to learn how to love first. And then it was like, I want to love, but I keep hopping into these lessons. I want to love, but now I got this little girl, right? And so, like, you go through all these things, but the underlying tone is like, I wanted to love, but I couldn't. But, like, your words, the things that you speak out of your mouth are the ripples of the energy that you put out. So that's like this energetic seed that you're planting forward, right? And the more turned on you are for life, the more powerful that evoking from your mouth is, right? So the power comes from your true feelings. So, like, when you learn to go into your feelings and harness your feelings and not, like, have a temper tantrum on your feelings, but, like, use them as a power, that's whenever you go from, like, you can automatically, like, if any of you out here feel like you're falling, you can automatically go to a float position by going in and feeling your feelings. And so I talk to a lot of people about meditate. When I say I go in, when I go deep till I can't sleep, right? I'm meditating. And, you have a 5-year-old running around, and then I have my niece running around, and then I had, I have a family, and I have bills, and I have a career, and my schedule's all over the place, and I work for myself, and everything's all fucking crazy, and my routine's crazy, and it doesn't fit anyone else's routine. But in all of that, I make my time to meditate. So if it's, I gotta let my baby sit there and watch music videos for a little bit so I can come in here and I can get my peace of mind and I can get it together and be the anchor for me and her, then that's healthy to do. That's good to do, right? And so you have all these people like, oh, I don't watch TV. I don't really watch TV either. You're not going to really catch me too much with some TV on. But if I need to meditate and it's at a time where my baby's here in the now, I make sure she has food. I make sure she has water. I make sure she's safe. And then I go and make a way to come and get my center. And I'm getting to know my shadows while I have my baby right there with me. So, before I used to kind of like run from my shadows, but now it's like, my baby might be right with me in the living room or my room or her room or whatever, in the bathtub. But while she's there, she's like the reminder of why I need to work on my feelings. Like, she's a Pisces and she's on her feelings, and her feelings are powerful and they need to be felt and honored and known that they're divine. So instead of feeling like she's falling and crashing all the time and creating these really destructive things with our feelings. I created destructive things with my feelings. With my feelings from when I was a child, suppressed in my subconscious. That's hard to process all these wordy words. Get to know your shadows. That makes it simple. So get to know your shadows, and what are your shadows? Your shadows are your sex life, your debts, your addictions, your obsessions, your patterns, the brick wall that you keep hitting into. When your feelings and emotions are suppressed, you are going to feel that in your physical body. So if your body hurts, I hate to tell you, total truth, bomb. If you want to, close your ears. If your body hurts, your feelings are suppressed. If your body hurts in any way, anywhere, anything, your feelings are suppressed. There's no light without dark, as there's no good without bad. Absolutely, John. I fucking love your guts. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful, too. I love you. Yes, you are love. I love you, too. Amen. Blessed up, shorty. Thank you. This message is hitting home. Oh, my God, Marshayla, I love you. The feeling is Archangel Michael putting a shield around you. Absolutely, all the time. I feel the same. Something just told me to watch this at this time. Yeah, that's how it works, sis. In going in and working on myself and coming out here with these messages and all this crazy shit. I used to go through all kind of crazy shit with these messages in my mind, right? And, you would never believe the messages that I get. They're just like, oh, yes, thank you. And that's enough for me sometimes. You know what I mean? That's just like, yes, you just empowered someone to stand in their power. And that's what this is all about. And I see all kind of, fakes and people that are trying to steer you and fear you and, but the ones that are trying to steer you and fear you, I don't know if I spoke on it, right? But, I learned about the archons. And so archons are an energy that tries to attack the good. And so I am here to kick their asses, how I'm learning how to do it. And so if anybody else out here knows about it, holla, right? If you don't, you might not be ready. But I always thought that my feelings were my failure. My feeling, like if I got caught up in my feelings, like I got fucked up out here. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't be in my feelings. I had to be logical because if I got in my feelings and I got fucked up and that was my shadow, like my emotions were suppressed. And so I was making all kind of questionable choices out here in my money, in my work, in my partners, in my best friends, in my food choices, right? All fucked up. But guys, there's no right or wrong way. And so, there's no right or wrong way. It don't matter the numbers. It don't matter the feathers. It don't matter, where you do it or where you came from or what you have right now. It's being real. It's being so fucking real that you just know it's okay. And yeah, you get beat up into, pushed against being real. But then you have people that are like, yo, I love you. I needed this message right now. Thank you for sharing your heart because that helped empower my heart. And that's all it's for me. And it's funny because, I'm sitting here like, why would these archons come after me? Like, what do I got? It's not like, because you were always thinking in your physical eyes, it's all about the money that you're making and, all this. And I'm not where I feel like I could be or should be sometimes. And so that's my darkness. That's my shadows. I'm trying to tell you guys this stuff because it's easy, simple stuff. And people try to make it be so out there. And it's not. It's really simple stuff. So, look at yourself and look at what are your motives in this life. Because there's some big stuff coming up with this moon in retrograde, right? And so, are you thinking love for the highest good of all? That's deep. And it's simple. Love for the highest good for all. Or are you in some kind of ego competition gladiator fist chest bump fight. Because if you are, like, I see it and I'm like, gladiators. Yeah. Take that off. Tune in here. Let me put my hand on your belly and see how you feel. I love your fucking guts, right? We are all gods. Your emotions and your feelings do not define you. That is not who you are. You are not that person that's sad because someone cheated. That person that's scared because they have been neglected or abandoned. That person that is mad because nobody paid attention. You're not that person. You're so much more than that person. So either you can take that little piece of you and you can look at it and you can be like, fuck, man, she's a loser. She fucked everything up. However, age, don't got her shit together, right? Or you could put that down for a minute. Sit down with your fucking self. Close your eyes. Ground into the earth. Breathe in your nose and out your mouth. You don't need to know what you're doing. You don't need to know how to get there. Just breathe. Connect your body with your breath. Get your spine moving, right? Because your spine is life. Your sexual energy is life. Your spinal fluid is life, right? And, you know, when your feelings are hidden, they define you. You're looking at this little piece. Like, I'm the girl who didn't succeed. I'm the guy who fucked it all up. Or you could turn away and put this behind you and do a meditation and see that everything around this, everywhere, is abundance for you. But you're picking to look at this bullshit. You know, I love my amethyst, right? But I want a fucking amethyst room. So if I look at this like the only piece of amethyst I ever have, am I going to build my amethyst room? Or if I think about my amethyst room and people come around like, yo, I heard about your amethyst room. Here's the fucking chunk because I love your guts and I got that shit for free. We don't have to think about it, how it's going to happen. I want a fucking amethyst room. I go in there. I feel how it feels in there. I spend time in there. I bring my friends in there, the people I love and honor and cherish. I bring them in there. I bring my water in there. I bring people in there to heal. I've been in this room. I keep going there. And I'm going to keep going there. So are you looking at this? Are you closing your eyes and seeing that every single thing outside of this is yours? But you just create it with your energetic seed. But are you out here just fucking everybody? That's another thing fucking us up. It's pissing me off. You're a god, man. For real. You know, and I think that's why I am who I am right now, and I've been through what I've been through, and it's been some dark shit, some shadowy shit in my sex, but, you know, in your sex, like, you know, what happens to a lot of people is they get in their emotions and they get in their feelings, and they're not trying to deal with it, so they just go fuck. And they think somehow, some way, that's just going to be like some kind of relief of what they were going through, but now you just have extra feelings on top of the feelings you already had, so it's like a feeling squish. It's like squishing more down on you when you already have it all on you. And like your sexual energy creates, like that's how you create your life. That's how you get yourself to be sacred. If you don't know how to keep your body sacred, clear out your sexual energy for 30 days. Some people are like, I'm like, whoa, you have a long way to go, bro, if you can't do that. You're a fucking god. What is 30 days? Clear sexual energy. And if you don't do it, you really need to do it. So while your emotions are hidden, they run you. They run your life. They run your choices. If your emotions are coming from fear instead of love, then you're creating these experiences and these people and these things that are coming into your life that are crazy. But you're limitless, but you're feeling like you have limits at this time, right? And so when you feel like you have limited options, then that's what comes at you is like limited options. Like you kind of want it, but not really, right? And so a lot of people have been messaging me about low vibes, right? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, do a root chakra meditation. Start at the root, grounding at the root, sleep, eat food, take care of yourself, right? But then you also have this energy running around that's like a really competitive energy. So no matter what kind of job you do or like what field you're in or family structure, right? There's a lot of like really, competitiveness on the low. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, why are you competing with me? Like, I love you. I'm not trying to compete with you. But like, just know, instead of looking at that person, like, why are you being competitive? Look in you and say, why am I seeing this competitive? Why is competitive coming up for me in my life, right? And so that's how you end up getting to know the whole you and you on your planet. Like, oh, that person gives you information, take it in, meditate on it, and then you'll see where are you feeling a little bit competitive energy kind of bouncing in on you. Competitive and jealousy run hand in hand. So jealousy has been like a big energy. And it's funny because like these things come up for me and I just sit in my house and I stay in my lane and they come right to me. So that's how I know they're real. That's how I know they're the spirit, the bigger piece of life, right? There's a lot of self-deception going on. So what is self-deception? Is when you're telling yourself that you're anything less than God. I can't fuck with it. They won't even let me anymore. Violence. There's a lot of violence going on. It's like, I feel it, guys. Sometimes I want to kick somebody in the throat in the name of love. I feel it. But I used to be way more violent than I am now. You know what I mean? Like, the things that I would do were destructive, where now I can feel in my feelings. And yeah, like, I still have that feeling of like, oh, I want to kick you in the throat, right? But I'm able to kind of like rein my feelings and really transmute them and use them for the good, for the highest good for all. So I use my feelings, I speak my truth, but I speak my truth in the highest good for all. That's super fucking huge, right? And so, cheating is another really fucking huge thing that's coming up. And it's funny because like it's down to the point, like I don't mean like anything, but like my baby's cheating in the games, like the kids are cheating in the tic-tac-toe, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I'm sitting here and I'm playing tic-tac-toe or I'm playing memory with a bunch of kids and they're cheating like a mug. They're lifting up all kind of extra cards trying to cheat you, and me and my cousin are like, no, that's cheating, right? Shortcuts, guys. There's no shortcuts really in the journey. It's a journey. So you're trying to take these shortcuts so you can hurry up and get there. But where is there? It's this. It's all of this. It's every part of the road. It's the daisies. Did you see their mailbox? Oh my God, I love how they did I don't know, fish pond. Who fucking knows, right? It's the journey. Oh shit, there's 7 oak trees. Maybe got a paintball factory, a little fucking warehouse, healing center. Who knows? A trip to Italy to eat for a year. That's what I really want to do. But, guys, this full moon. So what the full moon does is it illuminates hidden emotions. And so, what's coming on is like we're in retrograde, so we're feeling upside down. And so our root is in our crown. And so, all these emotions and feelings from your gut are coming up to this space, because this is what your body naturally does to like process these things out. It's not like, poor me. It's like, you're a fucking god up. Take care of yourself. God up means loving your fucking self, right? And so, you're bringing things to light, like literally, all your hidden emotions are like coming to the light. Like, you're saying things that maybe you've been holding in for like 5 or 6 months, right? But there's a lot of emotional trickery being exposed right now. For sure. Like, trickery, manipulation, like yours or your trickery or somebody else's trickery, fuckery, some bullshit. But if you look and become aware of yourself, then you will see the truth for you. You will see how you are finding balance in your temper, right? You'll see, like, okay, so if you have a hothead temper, I'm like super hothead. I'm Pocahontas grown up Gotti. Can you imagine? And thank God I don't drink whiskey anymore, because I got like 17 times stronger whenever I drink whiskey. True story, right? I had to quit. I was like, no, like, you're not big enough to be doing this shit. I had to find that balance in my life. I had to find where I, used my emotions and stuff like that. And like, when I didn't have that, I couldn't find that balance. Guys, listen, we're finding balance in our tempers, but we're finding balance in our bodies. And so, like a pH balance. So the difference between the alkalinity and the acidity of your body. And so we come from a very acidity diet, and we're changing to a more alkalinity diet. And so that's not really easy to change. But if I can make one thing like clear in this all, I don't care if you're vegan, I don't care if you're fisharian, whatever the fuck all these things are. I don't even know. I eat fish when I want to. I eat meat when I want to. I barely eat either one of those things. I eat mostly raw fruit. Sometimes I eat fruits and vegetables. I make smoothies. I take minerals. But most of us are mineral deficient as fuck. Our food is mineral deficient. We don't get the sun like we used to have that vitamin D. I know up north we really, really don't. Learn about that. Learn about the minerals that the human body requires, and start to learn the absorption of those minerals and how to get those minerals to best be absorbed in your body, and start to get your minerals right. When you start to get your minerals right on the inside, this shit just starts clicking off and firing off. It's not easy to love yourself, to face your shadows, to face your feelings, to feel your feelings. Meditate on it. Stop on it. If you're in your feelings, just don't give anything. Give it a minute. It used to take me like 2 weeks, and then it was like 8 days. Then it was like 6 days. Then it was like 3 days. Then it stayed at 3 days for a couple months. And now it just keeps getting faster and faster, and that's how you work that out. We evoke with our words, guys. Choose your words wisely. Always think up. Always think up, so you can feel, and you can feel up, and you can feel it in your heart, and you can speak up. Speak up. Speak God body in your life. Speak God body. If you can't speak God body, eat God body. If you can't eat God body, take care of the body, because it's carrying the God body, right? You always have the words for me when I need them the most. I love you. Some people are like, you're so ghetto, Sarah. I'm like, I fucking love myself. If you don't love me, click off. There's enough motherfuckers on here. Hey, Irene, I love you. Yes, sis. Mercury retrograde. It's time for transformation. Are you feeling it all? The chaos. This is just the beginning. Just try and ride with it. Okay, so I'm going to go there. I had chaos try to come up in my life, but I was in my heart. So no, I felt it, but it did not affect me the way it normally did. This is just the beginning. Just try and ride with it. I'm in the wave. It's a time for a change, a new start, maybe in your home or work. Yeah, there's a lot of things changing, maybe in both places, right? So if you're feeling all confused to what's happening and not sure why you are feeling the way you do, it's just the Mercury retrograde. Yep, I just say chill. Don't buy anything. Don't make any sudden movements, right? Just fucking chill. It's just Mercury retrograde. Enjoy it. It's always a lot easier to enjoy what's happening to you, your feelings, when you understand why. Yeah, for sure. That's why I do these videos. You're feeling this. Are you feeling this energy? Absolutely. I remove demons from people. Yeah, I just fight archons. Unconditional love to you all. Yes, yes. I'm an Aquarian. I so believe it, John. I'm like totally like surrounded by Aquarians, like in every way. My one of my best friends, two of my best friends, my brother, you know, like all these new people. It's just like super crazy. And like my Aquarians are my homies for real. I'm a Libra. So bless your hearts for dealing with me, and thank you very much for loving me. Because I am so hard to deal with sometimes. I'm like a super thinker. It created always think up though. You know, in visiting your shadows and visiting your feelings and visiting your thoughts, you learn, you get this sense inside of you, you learn from inside of you how to wear your emotions as your strength, like as your, like, hair, you know, my hair is my strength. And so like, to me, like, I don't want to cut my hair. Like, I had a religion come at me and be like, you know, if you want to be with us, you have to shave your head. And I was like, oh, I am not. Like, been there, done that. I shaved my fucking head. I am not shaving my head for this. This is my strength. This is my power. And it's funny because that's the message that came up tonight. And so that's immediately, you know, how I thought about that. You know, don't keep your emotions in the dark. Bring, you know, this time, this is encouraging you. This is helping you. This is aiding you and assisting you in, you know, bringing your emotions up from the dark and illuminating them and lighting them up and seeing them and seeing them with the divine, to know they are divine, to just have this ultimate knowing. The knowing is better than anyone. Like, I see a lot of people out here wanting people to like confirm certain shit, and see, like, me, I've always been the opposite in my weirdness. I've always been like, if you tell me that, you know, I feel like maybe that's not right, because my way comes in different, right? When you keep your emotions in the dark, it makes your foundation off. And so then you keep your emotions in the dark, it makes your foundation off, but then you keep building. So like your chakras, you keep going through them like planes, and as you go through your chakras, that's the planes that's the reality, right? It doesn't make sense. But when you're building up from a rocky foundation, it's going to teeter. So you're going to go through so many planes, and then it's just going to fall out. And so, you might be feeling at a time, like right now, like you don't trust your heart and you don't trust your desires. And that's okay. That also came up for me. That's why I'm saying this message, right? It's funny, you recently pulled an angel card for me telling me to speak my truth more, and I thought I was doing that, but this video just showed me that I'm so focused on the positive stuff that I'm denying the real shit. Duality, yes, Maria. And it's not like sitting in the doo-doo with the real shit. It's like looking at the real shit, feeling the real shit, like really, really feeling the real shit, like deep down in you till you fucking want to just shit yourself, right? And then, you know, then you alchemize that, and then you can look at that positively. But like, if you fake the feeling part and you're just like, oh, yo, I love that, I love that, I love that, something's going to keep coming and banging up against you and being like, no, the fuck you don't, bitch. You're lying to yourself. That is not your truth. That is not your heart's desires. You know, so goals, you know, guys, you know, in my life and in my training and in my self-work, goals have been fucking huge to me. Like, ever since, like, the day I started, I have goals. Like, my coaching is, like, all about goals. And, like, it's so fucking crazy. Like, I have done goals every day. Like, I get paid from the government to do it. But, like, when I talk to people about goals, like, they think that's childish. And I'm like, whoa. Like, So what are you doing out here? Are you just kind of like free balling and like doing what your parents told you to do, or what your job told you to do, or what your wife told you to do? Like, what the fuck do you mean? You need goals. Like, if you're walking out here goalless, yo, ground in and learn about your energy body. When you know, everyone says, okay, where should I start at my goals, right? Anywhere. Like, you know, if your health is off, go to your health. If your money's off, go to your money. If your love is off, go to your love. If your family life is off, go to your family life. If you'd like to, be in nature more, go into nature more. Like, that is on you. But once you set the goal, like, so I say evoke things into your life, right? You say it and then you create this ripple. And so setting a goal is starting that flow. That's like like throwing the rock on the thing, and that's what starts the thing. The manifestation. We're gods. So, a God is the most powerful living from its heart's desires. A God in its ego is going to keep getting beat the fuck up because unconditional love, God, love, knows what to do. For sure. If you do something you weren't supposed to fucking do, that's going to come back and ripple back at you. If you send out a bad thought or a nasty thought, that's going to come back at you. That's in you, right? That's for you, in you. And I love that because, like, I don't have to get worked up about it. I don't have to get violent about it. I'm like, that shit was wrong. Handle that shit. I'm going to go play like a kid. And then you hear something, somebody calls you like, yo, did you hear this? And you're like, nope, but it totally makes sense. But I can't let it go to my head. You have a power. You have a power that's massive. And I can't let it go to my head, but I can't play small either. And so you have this massive power in you that you're not supposed to let go to your head, but you're not supposed to play small either. So where do you go? In your fucking heart. Hello, beautiful heart. Today was the heart space. 2020 was the heart space. Ain't that something, right? So, will you share what's in your heart? That's what's coming up. That's what all this is getting fluffed around for. Whatever's in your heart right now. The kids, bullying, energy work, holism, good healthy recipes, fun activities to do with your kids, good landscaping services. Are you sharing, are you empowering people, like, with your heart? You might have a craft that you're really good at and you can, like, teach the neighborhood kids. You know what I mean? Maybe you never taught your kids what you do and just sat down and, like, explained it to them and talked to them. Do that. Share, empower the kids, empower your neighborhood, empower the people online. Like, today I got this download to go out and do these interviews, and I was just sharing love. I asked like 15 simple questions and I'm just empowering people. By going inside of you and by, working on your root and speaking that out of your mouth, like, you're fulfilling your own destiny. By loving yourself, you're fulfilling your destiny. You're, like, starting to step into your God shoes. Like, okay, I'm golden. All this shit I've been through, I have some God shoes waiting for me to get out of that shit, right? Even if you feel like you're not doing anything, if this message resonates with you, you're guiding others by what you love in your heart. And so I don't give a fuck if you're a Reiki teacher or a Kmart worker or a sex worker or I don't know, housewife. I don't care about any of those things, but you have to fulfill your destiny. You have to do what you have to do with where you're at and the cards that you were dealt and the family you were dealt and the traumas that you've been dealt, right? And you're guiding others from going in and spending time with your feelings and spending time with your pain. Your pain is your purpose, right? And so by going in and spending time with your pain, then you understand your pain to turn that into your purpose as something that you can guide others in. Like, look, dude, I've been there. You know, I talk to people that have diseased bodies because my body was at a very bad state of disease. Like, I just wanted to die. And so, you know, right now, instead of trying to run the rat race and keep up and compete or be jealous or look at things that hurt your feelings or whatever, why don't you take this time to replenish you? Why don't you take this time to fill back up you, right? Do it. I highly recommend it. I cheer it on. Tell them I said so. I don't even give a fuck. I can handle it. You know, because you are like blending things in your life. So you're integrating the past into who you are now. So you're blending your past and your now to create that future. And that's not as simple as it seems, right? So you're taking all your shadow self with like all this new like love and light and positivity that you've been learning, and you're like blending that in. So there's like, okay, like life's not all fucking, you know, snickerdoodles and weasels. And it's not always like the pits of hell either. But this is soul work. This is working through your energetic system. This is learning your energetic body, the phases that your energetic body goes through. Not because you read it in a chart on Google, but because you actually felt this happen in your life. You felt your cycle pull to the moon. You felt pulled and drawn to this person and followed it, and boom, like shit just like clicked up, like what? Right? We're going through up, and then we go through downs. And then we get in the middle for a little bit. Like, fuck this. I don't want to go up or down for a minute. I just want to just stay in the middle. And in the middle might seem like, oh, she's acting like a child, right? No. I need to get my vibes back, right? Because I can't face this the way that I'm feeling. Like, sometimes being too high is worse than being too low, right? I'm up. Now it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm vibing up, right? So, you know, tomorrow when I have all this shit to keep up with and my baby's bouncing off, she wants to go swimming and she wants to do all this stuff, and it's her birthday weekend, right? I am going to be like a little bit tired, but I know I have to give it to my baby because it's her birthday. But it's cool because it's her birthday, I'm pumped up that like I've been a mom for 5 years, and like I feel like I'm doing really fucking good. I love you guys. I'm not, you know, I feel like I'm doing a good job at the mom stuff. I'm not perfect. She just ate Kraft macaroni and cheese today. I want to throw up. But I give it to her because she's my baby, and that's one of the only things that she'll like to eat. She's a very picky eater, so I'm like, fuck it. You know, do you want me to make it gourmet? Like, what do you want with it? Broccoli? Like, we will do whatever you want, sis. You know, so you go up, you go down, you go back in the middle, you stay there for a while, and then you get back on the ride. Right? You just, boom, walk over the edge and just get back on the ride. Like, all right, let's do this. But when you get on the ride, when you get in the flow, when you're owning your personal power, it's like a float, right? But a lot of people right now, what's happening is you're seeing like the revelations, the revealing of the misuse of personal power. So, you know, people tapped into this personal power, sex magic, sex energy, like all this stuff, right? And everybody's all freaked out about it. I don't get freaked out about it because the misuse of your own personal power and the direct, you know, hurtful thoughts that you send out, that is all going to come back to you. And I trust in divine timing. So, okay, maybe you stung me with your personal power, but I just keep it moving in the name of love and be a kid. And I'm like, whatever, like hurt people. Let the word, you know, I learned to send the energy instead of sending it like this. With no shame or guilt, and use it as a tool to keep building and find more balance. Balance, sis. Getting to know your shadows, yes. Your sleep pattern is all off because you manifest it by saying, all day I will sleep, all night I'll ask the angels to stop you being disturbed while you sleep. See the difference. Oh, big. This is hitting home, John Stewart. Thank you. I love you guys. Wow, I needed this. I love you, TT. Yo, Chris. I love your fucking guts too, Tina. Preach. I love you, Aquarius, everywhere. Honor and loyalty. Amethyst party. Yes, we're having one. Yes. Oh my God, once a month is enough for anybody. You are the shit. You are the shit. Hi, love. Hi, Linda. Hello, Stacy. Hello. The right foods to keep our chakras cleared and balanced. Yeah, and I'm glad that John brought up the right foods for your chakras. And so everyone's like, oh my gosh, how do I eat for my chakras? You eat the color of your chakra. You know, so if you have like a physical ailment in a part of your spine, then you eat that color, right? Or you eat the opposite color to pull the energy up. There's all kind of shit you can do. I love who you are. I love who you are too. What you think about, you bring about. Be careful what you say. Yeah, you do. You do. But you have to be real. I don't feel like the need to be careful. I'm just like real as fuck. I don't even think about it. I love you from the first day I met you. Your spirit and energy gave me the light when I was at my darkest, and you know this. I love you, sis. Like, you have no idea how much I love you. So you think you were like at your darkest, but like you were glowing. I see people different than people see people. I don't know. I'm so different. Okay, so I want you guys to do a practice thing, right? So who do you see in your life, in your reflections, in your day-to-day, who is unaware of their power, their personal power, the power they hold? So like, these are the people that feel like they can't. They feel like they need somebody else. They feel like they need help. They feel like they can't do it. They feel like, you know, oh, like maybe that just wasn't meant to be. That's your person, right? But it's deeper than this. It's not about seeing the person that's unaware of their power. It's about seeing that and then being like, okay, so how does that influence my feelings? How does seeing that person unaware of the power that they have, whether they're overusing it or underusing it, how does that influence me? How did that influence me? What was the vibrational teaching that I learned in that vision? So like everything you see, every relationship, everything that comes in and out of your life is like a it's a lesson. It's a reflector. It's a projector. It's a class, right? And so things are different. Things are different because people are starting to own their power. Where people used to be like, oh, well, you know, we've been married, you know, we had these kids, we bought this house and these cars and this beach house and all of this stuff. And, you know, we just got to stay like this and like, we're totally unhappy. Or are you like, look, for the highest love of all, we're all unhappy. What do we do about this? What can we do, right? It doesn't have to be, you know, going in and using your power to like, you know, tie somebody up and make something bad happen to them. It's like love and the highest good of all for a change to happen because you feel this feeling and you all do. You know, things are different because careers are changing. And so, you know, when your careers are changing and, you know, you're trying to own your power in that, sometimes in the middle of, you know, like say you're working a 9 to 5 and then you go to work and be a creator for yourself. A lot of times in that journey, not only do we have one journey, we have many, I think, right? And so in your journey of your career where you're changing that and you're starting to own your power and your creativity and your, you know, sexual energy and your root and everything like that, right? As you go through that, you will feel like you got beat the fuck down. You will feel used. You will feel, you know, like people are like plotting on you or, you know, doing all this stuff, taking this, saying this, whatever. Or they might really be doing that. And you just keep like, oh, so you can pick, well, maybe it wasn't meant to be, or like, maybe good things don't come that easy sometimes. Maybe I have to, you know, I feel it in my heart. Maybe I have to just keep trying even though I keep getting beat up or rejected or, whatever. And, I don't mean like staying in a relationship where you're getting beat up. I mean, like if times get tough when you're learning to own this power, know that sometimes that's okay and that's normal for times to get tough. I'm an Aquarius too. I fucking love it. I love you too. Libra and Aquarius are a very good match. I know. Me and my best friend, me and my girl, we're just talking about that tonight. Like, I learned Aquarius is through her because, like, I just know she loves me. Like, we could not talk for, like, ever. And I know she, like, truly, truly, like, loves me with her whole entire heart. I remember when Little Love Bug was born, I was obsessed with True. I love you. She's dope. I see a lot of people every day who are not aware of their powers, and it's so sad. And so look and see, John, how does that influence you? That sad, like, go into that sad and like go in, okay, and then look even deeper and see, where was that a vibrational lesson in your life that made you sad? You were refuting me spiritually? What does that mean? I don't know. I don't get into the wordy words. I'm totally fucking regular. I'm kind of like from the hood. You got to stand in it. You got to stand up in it. If something knocks you down, you got to stand back up in it. If something knocks you down, you got to stand back up in it. You have to own it, your power. A lot of us don't realize how powerful we are. Like, it's funny, I love John, and I know, but like comments like I was refuting your spirituality, that kind of feels like a gladiator move to me. I'm not sure really like what that is. And that used to make me like back down. Like I would feel all this power and I would come up and I would be like, oh yeah, I want to say all this stuff. And then I would get some message like that. I'd be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be saying anything. But like, this is me standing in my power. I'm like, okay, whatever. Highest love for unconditional. I was referring your spirituality. Oh, you think my spirituality is not being in my power? I don't know, love. I don't know. See how retrograde in the middle will do this with like text messages and shit? I don't know. When you get down with owning your power, then it's easier to support others to earn their power, right? And so, when you get down and start to own your power, then, hold on, I have this boil pot on. I heard it was about done. It's easier to, teach them vibrationally than it is with words, because people get fucked up with words. So whenever you learn how to own your power, that is going to teach other people around you in your vibration. So you're going to start empowering people. Like as you work on you and your vibration and your power, without saying a word, you're going to empower people. You're going to empower your communities. You're going to empower your kids. You're going to empower your families. Feelings will take you up and down, but it's like the up and down is like to shake it all up. So you can like learn through your shadow, like learn that like you are the light in the shadow. You are the God. You are the forgiveness. You are the all. You are worth it. You are enough. You are powerful. You are limitless. You are abundant. You are peace. You are happiness. You are love. We all got a shadow side. So if you have anybody out here like they don't, I don't think that's true. I think we all do. And I think even though like I've went in and gone and done hella work on my shadow side and have like probably like 15 journals or like, I don't know how many, 14 years of this, right? And so we all got it. I still have it in me, and it's just like a constant journey. It's a constant lesson. And I used to try to sidestep my shadow and go faster, and you come back and then you have to redo. It's like Chutes and Ladders. Like, when you play Chutes and Ladders and like you get up and you're like, oh, I'm so far ahead of you, and then like you get a shoot and you're like, fuck, man, like I just had to go all the way back down to 2. That's like how that shit works, right? Start to look at the messages that you're sending off. Start to look at the messages that you're sending off with your thoughts, the motives, your goals, right? Start to look at the messages you're sending off with your mouth, your motives, your goals, right? Start looking at the messages that you're sending off with your feelings, right? Start looking at the messages you're sending off about your work, about your money. You do this quietly. When you're reviewing these messages that you're sending off, you do this in a quiet place. You turn on a healing frequency. You block everybody out of your life. You get a journal. You write down things until it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. There's no perfect way to do it. It's your way. Are you cultivating fear or love in your life? And guys, I'm done with winter. No vitamin D. Lips are chapped. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I need the heater up. I need the boil pot on. I need my palm tree. I need my feet in the sand. I can't. I'm trying so hard. But I am done. Like every time my lip cracks and I hit this. I was talking to my friend today and she walked out in the cold and she was like, fuck. And like I could literally feel her. I just started laughing and I love her so much because like her anger... I've heard her kids like jumping off the walls, busting holes in walls if they can. And like the anger from the like enough of winter was like worse than anything. I'm done with winter too, sis. Me too, man. Fuck this shit. Oh. And I still keep my vibes up. I mean, this winter shit is no joke. Pennsylvania winter, all right, October, November, December, January, February, right? It's been 5 months. People say I'm overreactive. It's been 5 months of winter, and it's not even been that bad. I'll give it to the universe, right? Still, man, these gray days, these fucking cold, crisp ass, your fucking skin's about to fall off. You need snow boots and 3 coats and 2 pants, and it's just stuffy, and you got this coat, and the windows are blocked up, and the fucking plants don't grow. Longest season. This shit is long, sis. It really is. And do you cultivate fear or love? Today I had a really great conversation. Most of the time I just want to fucking escape. Are you seeing everything? Are you seeing the fear? Are you seeing the love? Can you look at the fear? I really can't stand the winter, but I love my sandbox. I love my palm trees. I love that I can turn the boil pot on and it gets humid like Tampa in here, right? Are you seeing where you come from? Because when you are reviewing these messages, when you're quietly sitting with yourself, you're seeing where you come from. You're seeing divinity, like the thing that you want everyone to prove to you. When you're sitting by yourself, when you're meditating, when you're going inside of yourself, you are actually seeing where you come from. The all, the dark, the I love going in the dark. Because I'm like, block, pew, pew. So if you guys have an iPhone, I have this new thing, like every day I wake up and like pew, pew my friends, right? And it's just like this laser that like shakes your whole phone and like spreads this like love. My sisters, my friends, they're all like, I fucking love this so much. Like, how did you learn this? I don't know. I did it on accident. And then I learned a couple other cool things from my 12-year-old niece because she's a teacher for me for that. We're seeing what we have, like what we truly have. I have a lot of clients who make a lot of money, and they're seeing that even with a lot of money, that they don't have the experiences, the now moments. They're like always stuck in the shit. My phone might die. If it does, I love you guys. the moon is going to light up our internal behavior. So that's why this moon's going to be such a big deal. That's why a lot of people, if you throw a lot of behaviors, you're going to feel off. And I love you. There's no judgment. So if you want to like message me about something, this is what me and my best friends talk about. We talk about our behaviors. So, these internal behaviors, it's not going to be the good ones that are going to come up. It's going to be the internal behaviors that are holding you back or holding you off track of your purpose. Everyone wants to know, are they knowing their purpose? Your purpose is to be in joy, happiness, and peace, in alignment with your soul. So either you're in joy, happiness, and peace, or you're in fear of some sort. There's no other way, right? And so you're always going, like, something's going to come onto your plate from the universe. It's going to be fear, and then it's going to be up to you to figure out how to get that and change that into joy, happiness, and peace. And respect that fear and honor that fear and love that fear for its growth and its the opportunities that it brought you to, right? But this time of knowing your purpose can be really challenging if you can't see the truth. So like if what I say sounds like so crazy, this could be a really challenging time. And so if it gets crazy, just disconnect and know that that's okay in the name of love. A lot of people, because of these knowing the purpose and the challenge, there's a lot of people, guys, that are feeling very suicidal. And it scares me as how I work and trying to get this message out to everybody and, wanting to help the hopeless and empower people that feel powerless. Right. And so, it can be really challenging, but what you want to do is if you feel blocked and you feel you don't know and you feel like you're purposeless, first of all, that is not a truth. Okay. And second of all, I want you to look in, meditate, and ask, what is preventing my clarity of my divinity right now? What fear is pinching me off so that the divinity isn't just free-flowing through me? You have a lovely and blessed sleep, and good night, and God bless. If your battery goes, I love you. Thank you for so much. Thank you, too. If you are like worried about your purpose, flip to something else. Flip to your diet. Flip to your time with your kids. Flip to, whatever. Guys, this is huge, huge, huge. Like, what you speak into your life is really huge. So, if you're looking for your divine purpose, what do you feel in your heart, and speak that, even if it sounds like weird or like you're not supposed to. Right now is a big time to trust yourself and the feelings that you feel inside. Turn on the frequencies, get to know that. You can look them up on YouTube. This is a free 9-hour, healing modality. I turn it on when I sleep. A lot of people are feeling very psychic right now. If you are doing some work, even though you don't know you're doing it, and you're working through some things, you might feel some real like psychic shit happen, and you're like, whoa. And so, heads can feel real heavy and like real, overstimulated. And so if your head feels overstimulated, go to your root. That's the direct opposite. That's the polarity. God is love, and only love is real. And sometimes I will kick you in the neck in the name of love. If your energy is out here in fear, trying to affect someone's truth, I learned how to just like kick you in the neck. And I'm not being mean about it or anything. And I know it's okay. And so I just wanted to tell you guys, like, a lot of people think that like in the love and the positivity that you are out here fucking around. Just because I'm nice and I'm positive does not mean that I won't kick you in the fucking neck if you're bullying people. All this bullying stuff is coming up, and I never ever fucked with it. And I'm not fucking with it now. In this God body. If you are saying anything else than your God body, I'm going to kick you in the fucking neck energetically. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to come into your house or your yard or your space. I'm not going to do that. But energetically, I'm going to kick you in the fucking neck. And then whoever you're trying to bully, I'm going to cover them in the name of love. And then I'm going to sit there and I'm going to watch what the universe does and how the universe works with that unconditional love and protects that person. And I was sent here to do it. And I know it. And I do it. My third eye area has been sensitive. Stacey, if your third eye has been sensitive, go to the sacral. You know, this week has been really heavy on the sacral. And so, you know, you never know if it's like an excess energy in the sacral that's running up there, an excess blockage or energy that's up there that's running down there. But the third eye and the sacral are in a direct relationship. So play with those two areas and see what works for you. Hello, beautiful. Does anybody want a card? It's 4 o'clock. I'm fucking wired. And it's not the coffee. It normally calms me down. I create this. You know, if you're saying like, oh, well, this isn't meant to be, then you're giving up. You're giving up on your heart's desires. If you're saying that you're meant to be, then you're giving up. You are just owning your feelings. You know, you're saying, oh, it's not meant to be because I don't want to get hurt in the future. Because last time I tried this, it hurt me. I'm working on the third eye at the moment. I am my third eye. I'm going to teach myself that I am my third eye. Yeah, John, I love it. You know, I say in my third eye, I see. You can do it however you want. Third eye is directly related to your feelings. And so, you know, when you work on your feelings, then you can see that vision a lot more clear. So like if you can't see from your third eye, work in your feelings, and then that just like, it's like Windex on the third eye. You know, if you give up your desires not to get hurt, like you create that in your internal vibe. So then you're like mad, and then you're like mad at somebody else, but you should be mad at yourself. And so you need to look in you, like past you, like to the God mind. And so like if you gave up desires because you didn't want to get hurt in the future, you gave up on love, if you gave up on money, if you gave up on your dream because you didn't want to get hurt, you know, God, love is forgiving, right? And so if you can learn to forgive yourself, then you can get back in a state of bliss. And if that thing was meant for you in your heart and your desires, it's going to come right back. And so, you know, this takes courage to trust how you feel inside, to trust this divine fluid, to trust that your sexual energy creates, to trust that if you keep it sacred, you'll attract somebody that you can trust, to trust that the more authentic that you become, the more authentic that you attract, to trust that, you know, you find the sun after you go through the darkness, to trust that that even fucking is real. I love you guys. I'm going to do these different because I'm at a different setup today. Maybe I'll just do angel cards. I'll just do that today because they feel better in my hand. Guys, I don't know. I'm in my feelings. Let me see. I didn't even pick a name. Me. Okay, I think Maria. Maria's my first one. I got 7 people on here. Give me a message for Maria. Self-reflection. Throat chakra. Isn't that what you just said, Maria? Looking at yourself in the mirror work, you know, and looking at yourself in the mirror doesn't always mean just standing in the mirror and doing mirror work, but it's like every reflection that comes into your life, you know, looking in that and seeing like, how does that affect my internal frequency? What is that affecting for me? I love that because in that she has her hair done. And so, you know, when self-reflecting gets a little too tough, go in there and do your hair. You know, you sent me a picture like that before, so I just love you for that because that's all it is. Like this spirituality, you can call it whatever you want, but like if you feel caught up in it, if you feel crazy in it, go do your hair, get a fade, you know, paint your toes, go on vacation, go to a spa, get a massage, get your face painted, get your armpits waxed, get your coochie pierced. I don't care what you do. Take your mind from it. Always think up. You know what I mean? You have your goals and you're like, I don't have to stay here. Oh, Maria, share your wisdom. You know, and this doesn't have to mean, you know, you have to have this program set up and ready to go. You know, and it's funny. This is the, you know, share your wisdom on God. This can be with your kids. This can be with whoever. Whew. Manifest. Get it, girl. That's how you're going to manifest. Share your wisdom. Thank you, sis. Me too. Stacey, did you ask for a reading and I missed it? Melissa, my strawberry sister. You guys don't know nothing about Melissa, my strawberry sister. You already know, sis. You've been asking a question. You've been sending out something and you already know. Trust that. It's big time. You don't have to make a decision right now. Right now is a really crazy time to make a decision. So you already know. Just trust and relax on that. Self-reflect. Speak love. You're understood. Oh. In your heart's desires are understood. You already know that. You're not alone. You know, you're not alone in these feelings. You might be the only one talking about feelings, but you're not alone. There, you know, everybody around you has feelings. Some people hide them, some people don't. Just accept the feelings. Those all came out for you. Accept your feelings. I love you. Working on my third eye at the moment. I'm third eye going to... Okay, I already did that. Yes, please, Stacey. Make a wish, sis. Evoke that shit. Speak it out. You are God. You create with the vibration in your words. That's too many. I'm just going to take these. Send love. Unconditional love. To your wish. Don't wrap any kind of crazy expectations. Stay still in your heart. That's how you manifest. There was a lot more. Archangel Michael, all around you. Ask Archangel Michael to help you to evoke this in your voice. You know, to evoke this in your voice to set your wish. So before you set your wish, ask Archangel Michael to help you evoke your voice to set your wish. And then, you know, just send love to Archangel Michael for doing that, to the highest good for everybody, right? And just stay still in your heart. And stay still. This retrograde is a big time for everybody to stay still. I don't think that was just for you, though. Me, Marshayla, my sister. You're safe. And if any time in your life or, you know, whatever you're going through, you're safe with your feelings. There's gold, like orange wings. You're safe in your power, right? And if any time you feel unsafe in your power, just wrap this, you know, this pink coat around you. And you'll feel that. You'll feel safe if you do that. You're safe in your feelings. When you're visiting your feelings, when you're visiting your, you know, your shadows, ask that pink light to come around you. Ask Archangel Michael to come around you. We have something else from Marshayla. You do manifest. So if you think these things that I talk about are really crazy, you do this. And you manifest, it's blue, you know, in the background. And so you manifest by the things that you say. So, you know, really start to think about the things you say. And you know, this has the water in it that you are safe. So, you know, the water is the emotions. And so you're safe in your emotions and you manifest from your emotions, whether you believe it or not. That's deep. These angel cards get deep. Learn something new, sis. Something that you love. You know, pink to me is unconditional love. Pink ribbon is an unconditional love. So learn something new. You know, and I just said the other day, I was talking to Maria, and I don't think she cares that I share. And I pulled this card for her, and I said, just do something new. And so she like did her hair something different. She's like, yeah, I totally feel different. I was like, I love you. Marcella, love yourself. Love that you're God. If you're watching me, you're God. You're different. You know you're God. Melissa. No, Melissa. I love you, Melissa. All day. I want a card. Melissa, did I get you? I think so. I think I did. Ooh, apologize. But it's like apologizing to yourself for the feelings. I know you're safe in your feelings. And you're covered in unconditional love. And apologizing to yourself is going to move that energy. Yes, your throat chakra, Maria, can be true to yourself. Thanks, John. So true. I need to hear that, Leah. I would love a card, please, if you're not too tired. Freedom, John. You know, and to me, that's like, you know, flying through the sky. So that means that, you know, you've done a lot of work. You've been in there a lot. And so, you know, sometimes whenever people are feeling this moon and like feeling all this stuff, and then like you work with them, but then you feel free. Sometimes like in a retrograde type energy, you could be like, fuck, am I fucked up for feeling free now? You did the work. Make a wish. You know, and the star is in the purple. You know, make a wish in the I know. You know, turn on the 963 hertz. Self-care, huge. Water, self-care with your emotions. Self-care with your emotions and how your emotions affect your words. You're loved. Someone's secretly loving on you. This is the someone's secretly loving on you card, John. Ooh, so you might got a crush. They got a crush on you. Good morning, Bill. Ask Archangel Michael for protection. Always. I can really use one if you have time. Sucker. I don't know if I say anybody's name right. I don't know if I get the fucking huge pronunciations right. I love you, though. Send love, sucker. So, you know, if you could really use love, send love. Send love to what you could use love about. That's the easiest way to hit it on the fucking bullseye. You know, whatever you need love about, sucker, send love to it so you can get the love. Dreams. And that's kind of like a blue-green space. So that's like a heart, voice. This is a very spiritual thing. So maybe, you know, I don't know what's going on in your dreams, but send love to it. You know, if you feel like it's getting heavy, you know, in this send love, it's like the rocks that she's holding. And so it's like, you know, something is holding you down, and your dreams are trying to teach you how to free yourself through your voice and your heart, which is like what this, you know, video is about, what all my videos are about, everything. Work on your health, sucker. Heart health, loving yourself, expressing yourself. Maybe express your dreams, you know, by sending love to them. You already know, and this is the I know. Today's the crown. Look through the situation, go to the root, and go all the way back up to the crown. If you can't figure it out, clear out your energetic system, clear out your energetic body, send love to it. Express yourself. You know, maybe you're going to share your health journey. Maybe you're going to share you know, your pain journey led to your passion. Maybe you're going to share your dreams, even if they don't make sense. Share something. Send love. If you don't know how to share something, send love to sharing and say, I don't know what I'm supposed to share. Amy, word up. You guys can donate to me if you want to too, because I'm pretty dope. Everybody talks about donations. I'm like, they can donate to me if they want to. If you don't, I still love you, but you can. Amy, dreams are coming on for you too. You know, in this, I see like the goal. So like, you know, every card is different for every person. So I'm seeing like this, you know, royalty, like something like your dreams are trying to show you your royalty, but you're kind of like sleeping like on your dreams. I don't know if that makes sense. You are understood in your heart. And so, you know, maybe the things that are in your heart, you don't believe like they're understood. And so your dreams are trying to tell you that you're royalty, and that being in that heart space is like a safe space to be. And like the things that seem like they're not real, they understand you and they are real. Learn something new. You know, rapid and unconditional love. If your dreams are frustrating you, if the things you're trying to create are frustrating you and you feel like you're not understood, just flip it from that and who gives a fuck about that. Ignore it for a minute and know that you're understood, and just do something that you love and say fuck that for a minute. Are you ignoring that? Absolutely. Yes, I am. Because I love my fucking self, and that's the doo-doo. That's a lot, sis. I can't. I get so hungry after I do these. But I'm just gonna go lay down. Like my body's tired, but like my spirit is like Physical outlet, Amy. So like a really cool thing that I have learned is, you know, I like twerk out my emotions. So I hate like working out and like this and that, but like I learned how to like dance out my emotions, like how I feel like it. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, or do they think it's sexy, or am I turning somebody on or anything. It's for me. It's about me. It's how I feel. Because you're a manifester. You're a god. You know, this, you know, rub your hands together. I even getting my minerals right, so it's even like crazier intense, but like, you know, rub your heat together if you've never done this before, and like feel that, and then like keep building it and see if you don't feel that, right? And so if you can do that with that, why are your words not creating things in your life? You're a god body, right? Got to be at my grandma's funeral tomorrow. I love you. And you know, there is no you know, like there is no death. It's just transition of life. It's a transition of energy. So I know it's really hard, and I'm sending you so much love, but like, I don't really fuck with funerals, because I'm like, you know, that's not my thing. I went to like 1 million of them. And now I just don't. Maybe I need another. I love you. I love you so true. I'm crying. Oh, I love you so much. Speaks a lot. Crying sure is healing and releasing. Thank you so much. That's lovely. I love you. My Sucker is my nickname. Lawanda is my name. I love it. I love the way you shuffle the cards. My cousin Michael's probably like, what the fuck are you doing up at 4:30 in the morning? You're awesome. We love you. I love you guys. Listen, I love you because we're all connected. This moon energy happens to you. I put my cards in Crown Royal bags because I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. This full moon energy is affecting you, whether you signed up for it or not. This full moon energy plus the retrograde will have your ass feeling upside down. Ignore everybody. Going on your feelings. I have all different colors too. These are not mine, but I'm in abundance. So I got as many decks as I had, and I got them for nothing. They give it to me in love. I love you guys because we're all connected. I go through it too. We're regenerating. It's like a controlled burn, right? We are so used to go and buy the book And now we're kind of going with like a natural law, laws of nature, laws of nature, a natural way of life. I love you too. Loving yourself makes you float. And I know what it's like to feel heavy and low and in the doo-doo, right? Because I was. But the more I learn to love myself, the more I feel like I float. I'm getting older, but I feel younger. It's super crazy. It doesn't make any sense. This journey is all about coming to the edge, right? And so you come up to the edge and you're like, fuck, like I don't know where I'm going. Like this looks super steep. I don't know. It's foggy. But if you're floating, then you just like come to the edge and then boom. And then you create this plane, and then you come to the other edge, and then you create this plane. And if you just wish the highest love for all, then you're good. So either you're falling or you're flying. Look in, please, God. Look into yourself, please, God. Meditate, please, God. You're here to do amazing things. We're all fucked up. Humanity is fucked up. This bullying is fucked up. The hunger is fucked up. The rape is fucked up. The poverty is fucked up. The government is fucked up. The medicine is fucked up. It's all fucked up. But you know what it is? It's a head-heart battle. It's a war with inside yourself that you see from outside of yourself. And the outside of yourself is so you can see inside yourself. And it's you and you on planet you, right? Train your brain to always think up or stay in the doo-doo. I honor you either way, whatever you want to do. Because I love the fuck out of me. So I can honor all of you no matter what you want to do because I love the fuck out of me. And if there's ever a time where I don't honor what someone else is doing, I got to look in me and see what the fuck's wrong with me. Why I can't honor that. And that's because that's something I don't honor in me. Hurt people hurt people. I kick archons in the neck. Whatever you want to do, right? Boy, this has been a trip. This has been a trip. I'm at my ideal weight, my ideal age. I'm love. Yeah, I lost weight from having a baby, and then I got too skinny, and then I wanted to be thicker, and then I got thick without any exercise. And, you don't have to listen to what people say. And it's a lot easier said than done to tune out what people are saying. And I love you because we're all connected. And I know that there are people trying to push you into your fears. And I try to help the planet on a bigger scale as much as I can, but it's up to you to, be in your power so you can be aware of the archons that are in your life. And archons aren't to be feared. You love your archons. You can't be fearful. You can't think in limits. I love you because we're all connected. You're God. One love. Good night.